Welcome back to the show. How good was that segment, by the way?
So good.
That's great TV.
Isn't she fabulous?
Well done, G. Well done.
No, not me. It's Taryn.
Well, both of you. Now to an incredible story of survival. Last week, a little black cat was found wandering the streets of Sydney, and you'll never believe the adventure she's been on. Chelsea was lost, dehydrated and badly in need of some love. Thankfully, Mel came to her rescue, cleaned her up and took her to the vet.
We've taken her off the drip this morning and she's eating and drinking really well.
But what happened next is incredible.
To our surprise, she had a microchip, which is really, really good. I was able to find her owner, which was really, really good news. She was over the moon when she found out that we had Chelsea, as she'd been missing for 14 years. I couldn't believe it. Yesterday, our cameras were there as Lee Mackenzie and her daughters were reunited with their long-lost family pet.
Oh my God. Hello, darling. As soon as I seen the pictures, I just absolutely bawled.
We are pleased to say cat owner Lee Mackenzie and vet doctor Patricia Carnival join us now. Good morning to you two.
Good morning. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Really good, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Great news.
You must be
Great
very...
news.
Lee, how did you feel when you found the cat? It's actually, well, still alive 14 years after she'd gone missing.
I was quite surprised. It was the last phone call I expected. But, yeah, it's still hard to believe she's back.
When we saw that moment when you were reunited yesterday, did she recognise you, do you think? Did she recognise your voice? And was it immediately obvious that that was her?
Oh, look, as soon as I seen the photos the other night, they sent me some photos, and as soon as I seen her face, I knew it was her. And when I seen the condition she was in, I just cried.
Aww.
I couldn't believe it was her, and it was sad to think that she was in such bad shape.
And we know it's about 20 kilometres, I think, between your home and where she was located. I guess there's no way of really knowing exactly how far she's roamed and what she's done over the past 14 years.
No, I've got no idea. But I mean, she had 14 years to walk that far, so I'm not sure. I'd like to hope that somebody's had her for the majority of the time and looked after her.
Patricia, I mean, what sort of shape is she in?
Look, when I first got the phone call from the rescue mini kitty, she was in quite a bad way. She couldn't walk. She was heavily battered. All her back just had really large clumps of mats, and when she arrived, she was actually frail and dehydrated. But after some IV fluids and some antibiotics and pain relief, she's actually recovered really well. We're really happy. We've managed to now take full bloods, and I'm really, really surprised for an 18-year-old cat. She's remarkably healthy. Obviously, she's, 18, exactly. That's what was really, really surprising about the whole thing, is that she was that old. I didn't expect her to be that old, and especially being out to fend for herself, out in the park, looking for food herself. It's quite remarkable for a cat that old to be able to look after herself. I'm so grateful that we've got rescues like Mini Kitty that actually are able to rescue cats like this, that if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have been able to reunite this wonderful family with a cat that has been missing for 14 years.
And of course...
but yeah, she's really good.
And of course, so fortuitous that she'd been microchipped so that you could reunite.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct, yes. So one of the things we do with all sort of strays or rescues that come through the clinic is the first thing is we run a scanner through them, and that will be what most vet clinics would do. To our surprise, she had a chip, and so we went on the database to sort of try and find the owner's details so we can get in contact, and she was actually listed as deceased, and which was really unbelievable. I had to go and double check the microchip a couple of times to make sure that we actually had the right cat before I made the phone call. But once I was happy that it was the right chip, I picked up the phone and started making some phone calls, and I was able to locate Leanne, and she was over the moon. When she heard the...
Yeah. Leanne, you hadn't... I mean, this would have been very sad for you at the time, as it always is with a pet. Did you get another cat? Or I don't want to make the poor old Chelsea feel bad, but did you move on?
We already had another cat at the time that Chelsea went missing.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we had to have her put down 3 years ago. She was 13.
Oh. Well,
So
this is a
I
lovely
haven't
story.
had a cat
You must
since
what are you
then.
going to? What are your plans?
Well, we're hoping that our owner says that yes, we can take her home and keep her. But if
your
not,
landlord,
my
you
daughter
mean?
and her husband.
Yeah.
The landlord,
I
yeah.
see.
So if they say no, that we can't, my daughter and her husband have said that they will take her home.
Oh,
And,
it's lovely.
and no doubt you'll be keeping Chelsea on a very, well, short leash. I mean, they
Tight
say
leash.
9 leaves,
Yes.
but she's had 10, I reckon.
Oh, I
And the
reckon
rest.
she's
And
used
the
more.
And the rest, yes, definitely.
But no, she's not too keen on anybody touching her at the moment. So
Wow.
Well,
I
look,
don't know.
with a bit of love and care, and a little bit of love and care, I'm sure she'll be back just fine. Thank you so much. What a lovely story.
Remarkable story.
Thank you
so
for joining
happy
us.
for you, Lee. Enjoy.
thank you so much. We're quite happy too. We will. We will.
Yeah. Oh, look at little Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so sweet. Thank you very much,
She's still got the
Patricia.
same cute face.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you very
reminder
much.
always.
Just want to make sure.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I just like the public to know to, do microchip your pets.
Yes.
It's the only way we have to reunite pets with their owners.
Yeah.
And this could happen to your own pet, and I'm sure you'd be wanting to know where they are, and we could reunite your pet with yourself as soon as we can.
Beautiful.
So please microchip your pets.
Very well
Great.
said. Thank you, Patricia.
Definitely.
Thank you. What a lovely story.
A really nice story.
Gee, I tell you what, we've had it all today, haven't we?
We have.